Hey there, it's Dennis from BC Tesla Guy. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the latest software release from Tesla. It's 2022.28.2. This is the third in the past 3 weeks that I've gotten. And so we'll go through the new items that are in it, as well as a couple undocumented items. So stay to the end and you'll get to see those undocumented ones. Anyway, let's get into it. So first you're going to go into software and release notes. So you can see here that there's a few items. There's alternative routes, which is similar to what you get when you're on Google Maps. We definitely needed something like this so that you can make a decision on what's the best way to get there in time and distance to somewhere. Again, if you're, using navigation to get there. And then there's the big one, which is the theater mode. So now you can now minimize the theater mode. So previously you had to close it out, go look at whatever it is you're going to want to do, and then you'd have to launch it again. So now instead of doing that, you'll launch it once, and then you can click on the minimize button, which I'll show you. And then the three other items, which are Sonic, Cuphead, and the third is Cat Quest. Those are all new games that are on here. I don't play games, so it's not relevant to me, but I did take a look at it, and all three of these require a controller. So if you don't have a controller, you can't play these. And I know the controller, you plug it into the USB port that's in the glove box. And right now, when you get your car, your Sentry mode USB's in there, so you would have to unplug that or have some type of hub that's in there that are available as an aftermarket piece. So let's go ahead and take a look at alternative routes. So here you go. When you're in alternative routes, you'll navigate to somewhere. I'll just pick Best Buy out in Langley. And you can see here that it has selected this route, which is 30 minutes. I have another route here that shows that one's 33 and 31. And it also changes here on the bottom, so you can see as you're clicking on them, it will tell you the state of charge and how long and the distance that it is. Theater mode, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So theater mode, you're going to click on theater and then pick whichever you're going to look at. We'll do Netflix here. So you can see at the top left corner here, there's two arrows. That's minimize. So you'll just click on it and that minimizes it down to where normally your map would be. So your map would be there. The thing that I did notice, which is kind of nice, is you can maximize it here. So minimize, maximize, all up in the top left corner. But just like anything else, as you bring this down, it actually, if you just click on it, it says swipe to dismiss. So now that's how you close it, is you just click on it and dismiss. Now I'll bring it to full screen. It's been a while since I used this, so I'm not sure exactly. I thought there was like an X or something up here, but now it's at the top, swipe to dismiss. So you just close it like that. That closes the entire piece. So let's go ahead and look at the three games. So if we go to arcade, you'll see that there's all these games here. Sonic Hedgehog is right there. Requires a game controller, and it tells you plug in glove box USB. The next one is Cat Quest. Same thing, plug in glove box. And the next one is Cuphead. Same thing, requires a controller. You'll notice that each of these requires or is installed. So if you want to remove it, you can, but I'm not sure what the true benefit is. I've never installed or uninstalled any of the apps, so I just leave them as they come. So let's go back. So those are the 5 items that are documented for this upgrade 2022.28.2, but there's a few undocumented ones, and we can go through those. So there's the status bar up here. Well, now if you're making a phone call, it will put a phone icon there. So if I go ahead and I'll just do the phone thing. So click on, you can now see that it's actually up there. And I'm just going to cancel that. I'm calling myself. So a small update is that they have changed the icon to the radio. So if you click on radio, and I'll go here and go radio, the icon has changed a bit, so that's the only change there. They've made a change to home link. I don't have home link to show you, so I can't really tell you what that is. They've reorganized the safety menu, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if we go to safety, you can see that now when you first launch, pin to drive is right there, as well as the glove pin. These have been moved up, so they're accessible. The dark mode, well, I normally use, so if I go, they've changed the dark mode, so if you see here, the two tones are a bit different. So if I start the radio, you can see that now they're different colors of, or shades of gray, so they stand out more. I mean, anything that you would select over here. Another item is vehicle alert. So what I'm seeing here is the cards that pop up at the bottom left, like right here where it says seatbelt. You may find an arrow down here, and that arrow, if you click on it, will give you more information about that specific alert. So this one doesn't have one, but if there was one, I'd be able to show it to you. And then the last item that I have here is LFP battery calibration. So for those people that have the rear-wheel drive Tesla Model 3, those are equipped with an LFP battery, and they're meant to be charged to 100%, unlike this car here, which is a long range. So the rear-wheel drive LFP batteries are meant to be charged to 100% all the time. And so what they've done now is when it charges to 100%, it switches from charging to calibrating, and then it will probably say like charge complete. I think that's what it says, charge complete, because I think that's what it says on my car. Anyway, so it's just a new notification that's there. So again, I just want to clarify, if you have a LFP battery Tesla Model 3, and you can tell that out by just going to charging, and if you have anything that says daily or trip, then that means you have just the standard battery that comes with your car. If it doesn't have daily and trip, then you have an LFP battery, and then that battery should be charged 100%. And I would just set your charge to 100% and leave it. Like I leave mine, it's set to 90, and I might be switching it to 80%. Not really sure yet, but I did 90 on my old car, and I've been doing 90 on this car so far. And my range, I think initially was 572 kilometers, and now I'm at 563. So I've lost about eight-ish or 9 kilometers of range over the last 9 months. I've got, what do I have on my car? I have almost 14,000 kilometers. So after 14,000 kilometers, and I got it December 31st, so that means I've had it for 9 months now, or thereabouts. And so for 9 months, I've lost less than 10 kilometers. It's pretty good. Again, I just leave it at 90%, plug it in, leave it at that. So that's what I would do. Another update that I have is the function that was turned on in version 2022.20, which applies the brake when your regenerative braking is limited. I've turned that function on, and I've never experienced it because I only charged 90%, and it's summer, so the battery's conditioned already. So I figured I had charged to above 95%, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And so you can see from the video that when I'm letting off the accelerator, the regen kicks in, and then the brake, that's that gray line, comes on, and it's slowing it down. Now, I'm not touching the brakes or anything, it's just slowing it down. Whereas with that function off, it would just coast because the regen is not available. So a new feature, pretty good. I think it's going to impact the LFP battery guys because they're at 100% all the time. And then not only that, but when the winter comes, cold battery, 100%, they're not going to have any regen at all. and this will give you that feeling that you can still one pedal. So I'm happy with that new feature. Anyway, if you found this information useful, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell so when I make other videos like this, you'll be notified. Again, thanks again for watching my videos. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.